안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hide and Seek with Kocnuni. I'm your host, Shannon, and today we are in a very special location. This time we are actually inside Seoul. Recently we've been going outside into Gyeonggi-do a lot, but this time we decided to stay inside Seoul. This location is very famous and also very popular among foreigners and Koreans alike. We are in Seoul Forest. So I've actually never been here before, but I know that this place is very famous. It's very big and very interesting for a lot of different reasons. I'll get a little bit more into that as we go along, but we have a job to do. First and foremost, we need to find Kocnuni. So here's our first clue. Today's location, the Seoul Forest, is where nature and art go together. You can find the next hint card if you pass the Mirror Lake and find the 95 Love. All right, so we're looking out for two things. We're looking for Mirror Lake and we are looking for 95 Love. So up this way, you'll see there's a ton of really tall, very constructurally interesting buildings, and Mirror Lake's objective is to reflect that while on the ground. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. And then on this side behind me, you'll see Eungbunsa, I think is the name of the mountain. There's a mountain back there, and there's also a river nearby, the Han River, as many of you know. So we'll get into a little bit more about that, but let's go ahead and get going. So Seoul Forest, you guys, is famous for many things. It is a giant park in the heart of Seoul near Tuksam Station, which is also near Songsu. For those of you that have ever spent a lot of time in Seoul, that is sort of on the, I would say, like eastern part of the northern border where the Han River sort of divides Seoul into two places. But it's near Songsu and Tuksam, and it borders the Han River as well as a certain mountain range. So it's very interesting, this particular location. But yeah, like I said, it's also been home to many different activities and events. I know it used to be a hunting ground for kings, as well as, obviously behind me, there's this beautiful horse racing sculpture. So it used to be home for horse racing, golfing, all kinds of different things. This park is divided into 5 different sections, and there's 4 main parts. There's an ecology section, an educational section, there's an environmental protection section, and then there's another one for fun and cultural arts programs. So you guys can learn a little bit more about that. Right here behind me, you guys can see this is sort of the center. It's not really started yet, but this area particularly has a bunch of fountains that come up in the summertime. So you'll catch a lot of little ones playing here. It's a nice place to come cool off or have a chat, take a seat. And over on this side, there's also a sculpture garden, but we'll get a little bit more into that. So first and foremost, how are you guys doing today? I haven't really heard from you guys. It feels like it's been forever, but it's really only been 1 week. The weather today is very nice. Yeah, definitely. I would say we've been blessed with nice weather recently. It hasn't been too hot, not yet at least, and it hasn't been too cold either. We got surprised with a really crazy lightning storm yesterday though. You guys might have heard a little bit about that in the news. So here we are approaching the Mirror Lake right here. As you can see, there's not currently any water in it, so you won't be able to get that reflection that we were talking about earlier. But typically it is filled with a thin layer of water to perfectly reflect those tall buildings behind me, and it's quite the sight to see. But based on what Kocnuni says, if we need to pass the Mirror Lake and find the 95 Love. So let's go ahead and head around and see if we can find it. While we're walking, you guys, you're gonna take notice of some of these sculptures up here. I actually really like this one, the one with the 2 hands joined together. I think it's quite lovely. The place is so cool and so chill. Oh, definitely. We've been on like a chill energy run lately. Can't say that I can complain. What's interesting about this location, I just thought about, is it's in the heart of Seoul, so it's kind of around all the hustle and bustle and obviously the tall buildings and such, but it doesn't feel like Seoul at all because Seoul Forest is actually so expansive and so big. You can't really see much of the tall buildings except for the ones that were pointed out earlier, but it really feels like you're not in Seoul. You're kind of like out taking a break. And it appears that that's what a lot of people are here doing. Something that I've also noticed is there's a lot of foreigners here. So it seems like it's a pretty big tourist attraction as well. Hello from Venezuela. I need to know where is the best way to hide. Ha ha ha. Kocnuni is an expert. Kocnuni is an expert on hiding. He's also an expert on getting me to work out without like labeling it as such. So we're probably going to be walking around a lot today. But hello Venezuela, hola, hola mi amigos. Let's see, where else are you guys from? Let me know in the comments. As always, I prefer if you guys can drop down your flag or let me know your country name or anything like that. I find it very interesting. 95 Love is a sculpture. Yes, that's what we're going to be looking for today. I'm not exactly sure what it means. As long as I've lived in Seoul, which has been about almost 3 years now, I've actually never been to Seoul Forest, so I don't really know. Maybe I'm a bad 외국인, foreigner, living here because I've never been. It is one of the most popular places to come, so I'm paying my dues by being here today. What activities can we do here? I think it depends on the season, actually. So Seoul Forest is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but the access that you have is a bit limited depending on the time of day. Obviously, there's certain things that aren't going to be open in the middle of the night if you guys come at 2 a.m. for whatever reason. But the activities range from parades and concerts. If you look right over there, that's actually it's actually like a pavilion where you guys can perform and stuff. So they have all sorts of things here, like concerts and things like that. So you'll have to check it out on their website. They'll give you a little bit more detailed instructions about sort of the events that take place here and what you guys can find when you come. All right, so 95 Love. We need to find 95. Whoa! Watch where you step, guys. Don't step in the mud. Oh, how cute! Look at that. There's a little turtle over there. Very, very cute. 95 Love. Love. Makes me think of a heart, but I don't know if that's really what we're looking for. Oh, there's another sculpture. That one's quite beautiful. Should we go check it out? Wait. Okay. Sand playground. All right, we're getting closer, I think. Let's go check it out. This looks really cool. Ah, okay. So this sculpture looks like it's written in a bunch of different languages. One of the more interesting things I've seen for sure. But like I said, Seoul Forest is really, really big and it's filled with all different kinds of art. So this can be just one of many. I wonder what this says. Can you guys take a look at some of the languages and let me know what you think? Born in 1995. No, actually Seoul Forest, you guys, was open in 2005. So it's actually not that old. I'm not sure what the relevancy is for 95. Ah, wait a second. Sarang. This is the Korean word, bonus hint if you guys remember that at the end, for love. So maybe this represents 95 love languages. Oh, look, I see the clue. There it is. Okay, let's go get it. Ah! Kocnuni, you sneaky boy. All right, pass through the sculpture park and find the witch house. The witch house? What in the world? It doesn't feel like Halloween yet. We've still got a couple more months, but nonetheless, let's go find the witch house and let's see what we can find. How are you guys liking the location today? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Korea has a lot of nice sculptures. Hello from Ecuador. Hola, Ecuador. Nice to see you guys here. Ah, whoa, there are many languages. I can see my language. What is your language? Let me know in the comment section. For those of you that don't know, I actually am a big fan of learning different languages. I speak English, Spanish, a little bit of French, and Korean as well. Or at least I'm learning Korean. It's definitely one of the more difficult ones of the ones that I've tried to learn. So I'm fascinated by language as well. If you guys saw your language on the 95 Love statue, let me know. And let me know what your language was. I'd be happy to learn about it. It's indeed interesting. There are many languages. It must be love translated. Yep, that's exactly what it was. At least it appears to be. Oh, wow, it sounds like you guys like it. Try to learn Indonesian, Shannon. It is interesting. Indonesian. Okay, so I'm not very familiar with many Southeast Asian languages, but I will say on my trip to Thailand, it was really interesting because I actually flew from Seoul to Vietnam and then to Thailand. So I was exposed to a lot of languages that I wasn't used to hearing before. I feel like my most familiarity with Asian languages was usually Japanese, Chinese, but then obviously like I live in Korea, so now it's Korean mostly. But it's definitely interesting. I find it really, really fascinating. And I think if I could have a superpower, it would be to know all the languages. So if you guys could have a superpower, what would it be? Let me know. So we're walking through the center once again. Over here, this is where Mirror Lake was, as we stated before. And then over here, you'll see there's a ton of different sculptures in the center. When you guys come here, each one has a detailed explanation about its name, sort of who the artist is or was, and you guys can read a little bit more about it. I've noticed also they're made of different material, like they're not exactly cohesive, they're all very different. So that one over there looks to be like a stack of books in different languages as well. That one is definitely made of metal, and this one right here is probably made of copper, being that it's turned green, much like the Statue of Liberty has. All right, I'd love to learn languages too. It feels like traveling the world. Shannon, if you could have one superpower, what is it? Other than knowing every language, I don't know, that's actually really hard. I feel like I would want the power to maybe teleport. I tend to run late for things, so if I had the power to teleport, I'd always be on time. Unless I was late to teleporting, and then I would still be late. But it'd be cool to be able to jump around. So you guys, I can't really show you because we do have to be careful about the amount of people that are here. But there's a lot of people out here picnicking today. The weather is absolutely phenomenal, and it's a perfect day to take a rest. My mom is actually visiting Korea right now. So one of the things that we plan to do while she's here is go to the Hangang later, probably today, and actually go have a picnic by the river. We got to take advantage of this nice weather. So really looking forward to that, and really looking forward to showing her sort of like the Hangang culture. For those of you that are familiar with K-dramas or Korean movies and stuff, that's a really popular thing to do here. Go sit by the Han, relax a little bit, like order some chicken and just watch the busking. It's so much fun, and it's definitely one of the better memories that I've had with some of my friends here, like riding bikes and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to showing her around. Teleport so we can all travel to the park now. Yeah. That would be really cool. I would love to actually meet some of you guys in person. So if you guys want to find me or talk to me a little bit more about some of the things that you're seeing or some of the things you're interested in, you can actually find me on Instagram at Shannon Harper, Shannon.Harper with 3 R's at the end. If you guys have any suggestions about things that you want to see or do, obviously just drop it, let me know, send me a message. I'd love to say hi, know who you guys are. Very, very cool. I like that Korea is always clean. There are lots of trash cans, and we always have to take care of the environment. Yeah, so I have to disagree with you there. There's not a lot of trash cans actually everywhere, but there is, however, a lot of cleanliness. Like, this is very different than something like Central Park. In Central Park, you will sometimes see trash and stuff thrown about, but you really won't see that here. They're very good about picking things up. And the reason for that is actually they don't have a lot of trash cans everywhere. So you're kind of forced to take and keep your trash with you, which is really, really nice. A picnic at the Han River is a great idea. Yeah, I'm really excited to show my mom. Me and her have only really experienced Busan so far. We've been to Busan, and we actually just got back last night. So we're jumping right back into things in Seoul here today. If I visit Seoul and meet you, Shannon, can we get a photo? Of course, I would love that. So we're gonna walk through the shade a little bit, you guys. The sun is out and it's very, very hot today. I have always liked learning about the cultures of other countries. Recently, my whole family is in love with Korean culture, and I was also caught up in it. Yeah, that's definitely true. I feel like since I've been living here, my family has definitely piqued an interest in Korean culture as well. And it's a very rich and beautiful culture. I'm still learning about it every day. I've been here for almost 3 years, and I feel like I'm still learning how to properly eat. Sometimes the etiquette is different depending on the dish or who you're with. I'm still learning about the history, which admittedly I don't know enough about. I would love to learn more. Watch where you step, guys. And then the culture in general, like the social cultures here and structures are a little bit different. But anyway, what is the meaning for Korean citizens of having a river as important as the Han River so close? Well, for most of you, you're pretty familiar with Korean culture, at least in a sense. That prefix of the word Han typically represents something Korean, like Hanbok or Hangul or Hanguk, something like that. So I would assume that it's mainly named that because it's the main river in Korea. I do know a little bit of history about that from what I've heard. It does divide like North and South Seoul. So the name Gangnam, for example, it means south of the river, right? So Gang is river, so Hangang, Han River, and Gangnam, Nam is south, Gangnam, south of the river. So kind of like that. It definitely influences a lot of like the leisure culture here, I would say. Being that it's like, being by the water always makes everybody feel a little bit better. So something like that. But yeah, if you guys are curious about that, definitely go check it out if you haven't been there or if you're interested in visiting Seoul. Highly recommend, for sure. I love Busan. Have you been to the tallest Starbucks? Actually, no. And I'm curious of how many kilometers or miles Kocnuni makes you walk every single Monday. I'm curious to know too. I have my phone with me, so maybe at the end of this today, I'll track my steps for the day and we can check it out. Recommend me a must-visit place in Seoul. My favorite? That's impossible. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite location in Seoul, genuinely. I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something a little bit more traditional, you gotta go to Gyeongbokgung. That's where I'm gonna be taking my mom right after this show. We're gonna go to the palace. Gyeongbokgung is like one of the biggest, most luxurious palaces in Seoul. You can try on the hanbok and stuff there. So that's where you'll really get like a Korean experience. If you're looking for fun, maybe like a night out kind of thing, I would definitely recommend Itaewon or Hongdae. You get a lot of different influences there from countries around the world. Doesn't necessarily scream Korean. Like if you go, you'll get to experience a lot of different things. Something else, maybe go to Lotte Tower. Lotte Tower is really cool, or Namsan Tower. Visiting the towers is always fun. Or maybe come to Seoul Forest, super fun as well. There's so many must-dos, and that's what I'm struggling with having my mom here. Our time is like a little bit limited, so I'm trying to show her as much as I can. Oh, wait a second. Find the witch's house. I think we might have found it, guys. I almost got off track there. I just got to talking and monologuing with you guys a little bit, but we're gonna be looking for our next clue, right? So, what is the largest forest in Korea? I don't know the largest one, but I do know that the one in Jeju is very, very famous for like hiking and stuff like that. So maybe check out Hallasan Mountain. So maybe go hiking in Jeju. That's on my bucket list for sure. Yes, mother and daughter in handbook. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you might see it later. All right, let's see. Kognuni. Oh, wait a second. This says Children's Garden. Oreni Jongwon? But it looks like a house. Hold on. It says welcome, but it's locked. That can't be right. Okay, this is definitely a house. Wait a second. Ah, okay, giant footprints. What's good? Oh, ah! We are here. We found the witch's house. Dun, 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 dun. Can you see? Whoa, whoa, kumi. Kumi, guys, another Korean word for you guys to know is spider. Giant spider. All right, dun, dun, dun. Next clue. Find the giant for the next hint. All right, well, I do see some giant footprints here on the ground. I don't know if you can see that. And they are pointed that direction. So, being that I don't have any other information, we're gonna do that. Let's go ahead and get out of here. See if we can find a giant. All right, let's go, let's try it. Let's try to go this way. All right, back to our conversation. If you guys, as usual, have any questions about Korean culture or sites that you wanna see, or maybe references to like K-dramas and stuff, I'd be happy to have that conversation, talk to you guys about it. You can jump all these big stones. Yeah, when I was little, I used to play that game where you can't like step on the crack. You have to avoid everything. Ah, maybe it's not the best to play that game backwards. All right, let's keep going. I don't like spiders. I know I don't like spiders either. Honestly, there could be worse insects though, because spiders at least kind of get rid of like mosquitoes, but I think mosquitoes are way worse than spiders. I need to watch Train to Busan. Yeah, you definitely need to watch Train to Busan. Oddly enough, that was one of my mom's like main things that she wanted to do. We went to Busan via KTX because she had heard about that movie. She's never seen it, but she had heard about it, so she was like, Shannon, we have to take the KTX. And I'm like, Mom, we could just fly to Busan. It's like 40 minutes. And she was like, nope, we got to take the train. And I was like, okay. So sure enough, I booked us a KTX and we watched Train to Busan all the way down there. Really good movie. It was actually my first time watching it as well. And I gotta say, the last 5 minutes of that movie, tears, like absolutely crying. It was so sad. Beautiful movie though. Genuinely enjoyed it for sure. Do you like Korean wedding traditions? Ah, okay. So Korean wedding traditions, I'm not as well versed on, obviously, as I am with American traditions. I've been to like 5 or 6 American weddings, but I haven't been to any Korean ones. I do know that it's typical for the bride to like rent a wedding gown versus buying one. I know that the ceremonies are typically pretty short, like an hour or so. And you rent like a big venue called a wedding hall. And it's very elaborate, very elegant, very like glitzy, glamour and all that. So I think that's really about as far as my knowledge goes when it comes to Korean weddings. But I will say, I think I prefer American style better. Don't hate me, guys. It's just because my family does it very like laid back, very casual type of deal. But that's just my opinion. Don't really know much else about it, to be honest. Train to Busan is a really nice and amazing movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm so glad. Is there any K-drama that you really like and have visited the drama location? So we've actually visited a lot of K-drama locations during this show. But it wasn't because I saw them. I just knew like relevancy wise, like Hotel de Luna, we've been there a couple times, or some of the locations that were on site. as well as I think, what was another one? My Love from a Star. I think that was another one that we went to. But we've been to quite a few. My favorite K-dramas are usually the more like lighthearted, kind of silly ones. You can't go wrong with What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. That's what I got my family on, their first K-drama ever. The next one, the one that I've been watching recently, has been, oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember the English name for it. I think it was What's Wrong with Attorney Woo, I believe. So we've been watching a lot of K-dramas recently, but we haven't been to any of those locations. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, just drop it in the comments and let me know. I watched a lot of K-dramas. I'm currently watching Tale of the Nine-Tailed, 1938. I tried to watch it, I got started with it, but for me it was like the costuming and stuff, and also there's no English subtitles, at least where with my Netflix, maybe it's because I'm in Korea. But I wasn't really able to get as into it. I think I'm not as into like the fantasy type of deal. I know a lot of people are into that, but I think I prefer like the more lighthearted, goofy, real life situation stuff. Secretary Kim is a classic, yes, 100%. Extraordinary Attorney Woo, yes, that's right. I think the giant one is kind of like a sculpture. Most likely, I'll be on the lookout for that, you guys. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen any more footprints or any more clues. And as usual, I'm getting distracted talking to you guys. So let's see. When did you start to like everything related to Korean culture? So I think my experience in particular with Korean culture has been definitely different, because when I first came to Korea, it was February of 2021. So I've only been here about 2.5 years, but I came in the middle of Corona. So my experience being here during a pandemic was a lot different than somebody who's been here since before then or only is just coming now. But I think I started to get more immersed into Korean culture recently, I have to say, just because things are starting to open up. I'm allowed to go do more and experience more things, versus when I was here during Corona, everything was kind of on lockdown and I wasn't really able to go out or experience anything like I wanted. So I would say recently, probably within like the past 6 months, I have to say. Great question though, thank you for asking. You guys are awesome with the questions today. Thank you for letting me know. Amazing. Kognuni and you are closer friends? Definitely. Originally was on the 6 months you wanted to stay. Next clue, Kognuni is waiting. Are there any unique cultural experiences or activities you have experienced during your stay in Korea? Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say one of them would be trying on hanbok, or like going and looking at hanok villages and stuff like that. And the other one I would say would just be dining traditional Korean style, like sitting on the floor eating traditional Korean food. I think that's a statue over there. Does that look like a person to you guys? Should I try that? All right, you guys. I got a feeling that's it. I'm not really sure, but it looks like a giant statue to me. All right, let's go check it out. Let's go into the tunnel. Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. Uh-oh, dropped my mic pack, guys. Be careful when you guys go out. This looks like a giant to me. Take a look. All right, let's try to find this clue now. What's up, big guy? Nice to meet you. My name is Shannon, and here's our next clue. This is the last hint. Oh wow, today's live is really flying by today. I am located in the garden below the ground. What? What? Garden below? Trying to think what kind of garden is below. It almost reminds me of that movie. What's it called? City of Ember or something. Have you guys ever seen that? Woo. Oh, it feels kind of nice in this cave. Da, 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 da. Garden below the ground? I can honestly say I'm not really sure what that means, but I guess we're gonna find out. Kocnuni has never spared us any extra clues. Oh, tunnels, great hint. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a bunch of tunnels. I'm trying to find a map every time I'm looking around, but I'm not really seeing anything super helpful. And like I said, you guys, this is one of the biggest parks in Korea, so I imagine that Kocnuni is not gonna make this easy for us. There's a lot of places where you can bring your kids or like little cousins or anything too, because I think my little sister over there would love that. Garden below, last hint. Oh, Kocnuni will be found. Yeah, definitely. Slow down, you can, Shannon. Thank you. You guys are always so supportive. You guys are the best. amazing, all these views I see in this show. You can always make great things if you have wonderful times. Yeah, thank you guys. I always do my best to try to have a conversation, also look for Kocnuni, and also enjoy a place that's new for me. Let's see. What does that say? Woodland playground? Here's another tunnel. No, that's not it. I don't know. Let's see. This place is breathtaking. Kocnuni is creative. Yeah, he's definitely very creative. 어떡해. 어떡해. All right, guys, let's do a quick pop quiz. The first word that we saw in the live today, the word for love, if you guys can type it in Korean, let me know. And then the second word that we learned, you guys remember? I don't know. Let's see. Kocnuni is definitely an adventurer. Garden with a stone arch, possibly. Lots of people here out today. I guess everyone's enjoying the nice weather just like myself. Don't give up, you can find him. I know, but there's so many people and there's so many places he could be. It's always hard to find him, especially when he gives me these really vague hints, and especially because I've never been here before. It always makes it really interesting to try and figure something out that's new. But I gotta admit, I'm really enjoying all the scenery today. Like at least all the flowers, the gardens, the butterflies, the lovely weather definitely helps. 사랑 와! 잘했어 여러분. Good job. So 사랑 means love. Very good, everyone. You guys are so good. I'm impressed by how quickly all of you responded. Thank you so much for being up to date. Also, I forgot to mention, you guys, as usual, we are doing a giveaway at the end of the live today. So for those of you that are actively participating in the live show, leaving comments, asking questions, I will randomly select one of you via your YouTube username. And at the end of the show, all you have to do, take a screenshot of me writing your name, and then follow the directions in the link below. I'll repeat that a little bit more towards the end, but it's incentive to keep you guys participating, so let's keep going. Let's see, maybe we'll find something up here. I'm not really sure. I feel like if I were there in the park, what is your favorite song to find Kocnuni? I don't know, I feel like it's probably the Mission Impossible one, like dun 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 dun. Something like that maybe. 사랑 and 꿈이. Yeah, very good, you guys. Those are the two words that we learned today. Love and what does the other one mean? Let me know. Write it in the comments if you remember. Whew. I'm glad I brought my phone with me today. You guys are asking how much we work out during these live shows. I'll be able to do a much better representation at the end. So let's see. No, actually the Korean word for love is Shannon. Ha ha ha, you guys are funny. I think the garden made from the former water treatment facility tank, I guess. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I gotta say though, this garden is pretty breathtaking if I do say so myself. Wow. This is definitely one of the more beautiful filming locations that we've ever been to. From what I've been told, the gardens were even more in bloom a couple weeks ago, but right now it's definitely gorgeous. This is one of my favorite types of flowers. Anything that looks like a sunflower, I really, really enjoy, and also all the baby's breath and white flowers as well. So beautiful. Should we go through it? I think if I had to imagine heaven, it would look something like this, hey? Wow, this is so fun. What is your favorite flower? I don't know if you guys can guess. My favorite flower is a 해바라기. 해바라기. For those of you that don't know, 해바라기 means sunflower. Very good. So, although we have found a garden, I'm not sure if it's the garden that we need to go to. Baby's breath means forever love, like drama. Tokebi. Ah! Sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the butterflies. It's so beautiful. Tulips, sunflowers. Yeah, very good. All right, you guys, I'm gonna need your help because I have a feeling this is not the right place. I'm not sure where we should go next. And we only have 10 more minutes. I'm curious what the underground garden looks like. Me too. Could that be it? Maybe up there? I'm really not sure. I don't know the next place that we should be going. So I guess we should just keep going through the actual garden that we have. Dun, dun, dun. Ah! Don't fall into the flowers, you guys. Let's see. All right, there's somebody that's tending to the garden, so we're gonna try to get out of this noise really quick. Dun, dun, dun. Kocnuni! Kocnuni! 어디야? Do you guys know what that means when I say 어디야? Let's go, Shannon. We have to find him. I know. Let's go. All right, we made our way through the garden. Pick a flower for your hair. Okay. I'll take this one. We'll put it right here. I think I did that in one of the other lives too. I had a flower in my hair. Let's see. All right, how does it look, you guys? Is it cute? All right, let's see if we can find this underground garden. We've got 10 more minutes. Right? Left? Right? Left? I don't know. Can you guys pick a direction? Let me know which way I should go. Pretty, very pretty. That's cute. Oh, thank you guys. I guess we should go this way. Seems like the main vein. Kocnuni 어디 있어? 맞아요. Kocnuni 어디 있어? Or Kocnuni 어디야 is like, where are you? Where is it? Where is he? That sort of thing. They don't really use prepositions, or I'm sorry, they don't really use pronouns the same way in Korean that we do in English. So he, she, it, they, that kind of thing. Definitely not the same. This looks like the end of the park, so this definitely can't be right. Guys, we're running out of time once again. This is reminding me a lot of the flower episode where I started running around because we had like 5 minutes left. So hopefully we can figure this out quickly. When you think about what is your biggest dream, what do I choose? My biggest dream, you guys are gonna think this is so cheesy. My biggest dream is to be a mom. I would love to be a mom and have a family someday. So I know it sounds a little cheesy, but of course I wanna travel the world. I want to explore my career as a singer. I am a singer for those of you guys that don't know. But more than anything, I think I would wanna be a mom. So I think we're getting closer. Once again, we're approaching one of those places. Like I said, one thing you can always bet on in Korea, there's two things. Coffee shops and photo shops, or photo spots. This is one of those photo spots right here. It looks like they've come up with a beautiful little garden if you want to look over here. Oh wow, that's actually really cool. I've seen a place that is keeping bees, like a beekeeping hive. I don't think we can show you because there's a lot of people over there right now, but it looks like a beekeeper's hive. And right here, this is another location that you guys want to look at. This is KB Garden. So one of the bigger banks here, Kookmin Bank, KB Bank. They're a sponsor of this park, Seoul Forest, and hence all the bee references. Honey Bee Garden, KB Garden. And it looks like we've got another place over here that used to probably be a military ground. That was something else that Seoul Forest has served as in the past. Like I said, this place has taken on many different roles and become many different things. So that's part of the reason it's super famous and super popular. It's also very historical, so. Kognuni 어디야? Where is he? I'm more ready than ever to be able to hug Kocnuni. I know, me too. We only have like a couple minutes left. Oh, this is cool. Guys, look, I think we figured it out. So it has been a lifelong dream of mine to go into like one of these giant mazes. And it makes sense. It's below like our level that we were at, so maybe not underground, but we're definitely getting close. Like I said, some of you might know from one of the previous lives, I definitely have a thing for butterflies. So whenever I see them, it makes me really happy. Alright, let's keep going. Kocnuni. Kocnuni. You guys, I feel like a fairy. What an amazing location. This is so cool. Kocnuni's gotta be around here somewhere. Kocnuni! Kocnuni! I don't see him. Where are you, buddy? Oh! I see him! Yay! I got him! Guys, look! I found him! You were hiding! Mwah. So nice to see you again, buddy. Oh, wow. Quite the adventure we went on today, for sure. We rescued him, although I don't think he was in peril or in need of rescuing. Although this is really, really cool. Wow, this is definitely one of the best locations we've ever been to. I don't think I've ever been anywhere like this, at home or here. Wow, this is amazing. It makes me wonder what this used to be. Maybe like a railway or something. Very, very cool. All right, you guys, well, we found Kocnuni, so once again, I'm going to explain how to win the giveaway. So for those of you that have been commenting, asking questions, or responding to me in the comment section, I'm going to pick somebody who's been super active. I'm going to write your name down on the whiteboard, and when I do that, you guys need to take a screenshot, follow all of the instructions in the link below, and they will get you all set up with that. So make sure you guys are checking that out, and let me know how you felt about today's or maybe a different live that we've done in the past. Just give me your overall feedback. It really helps us when we're building the next week's shows and stuff like that. And you feel free to ask me any questions about Korean culture. I can't give you a definitive answer, but I can always give you my opinion or my perspective. So as long as you're okay with that, I'm happy to answer in any way that I can. And then, yeah, we get to travel around next week, same time, 2 p.m., and try to find Kocnuni, you sneaky little devil. Thank you for the adventure today, though. I think my favorite part was probably the ending. Probably the ending, because this particular location is so interesting. I'm really enjoying like this labyrinth style quality, but it's also underground garden. Totally makes sense now. I truly like this place. It's the perfect location for a family day off. Thank you for showing us around. Of course. Seoul Forest indeed is a great place to visit. Yeah. I really like the diversity and what we were able to show you guys today. So we got to show you like an underground garden, but there was also a lot of historical references and references to things that Seoul Forest has been in the past, like the horse races, giant structures, and giant places for kids to go play, big pavilions where you guys can just go chill. So yeah, today's was definitely an interesting show. I really like today's location. It's so wide. Surely this park is very good for recreation for sure. Today's episode was great. I love going to place with many plants and flowers. Yeah, me too. That's definitely one of my my top things for any of these live shows that we do. Oh, the video is paused. Uh-oh, technical problems. It's lagging, I think. Sorry, guys. I hope there's no more technical issues. Hopefully we can get that resolved. Sorry for the technical issues, you guys. I feel like recently we've been having a lot of problems, but without further ado, you guys, I am going to suggest that we do one of these. Alright, so let's find a person who has been actively participating. Alright, let me know. Hopefully we're getting these issues resolved, you guys. Are you able to see me now? We've only got 1 more minute. Still lagging. Uh-oh. Alright, hopefully you guys can see me. I'm going to go ahead and do a shout out for one of you guys that's been really active. Lolo Arifin. Lolo Arifin, congratulations, you are the winner for today. Lolo Arifin. Take a screenshot. Alright, I hope it's not lagging. I hope you guys can see that. Thank you so, so much. And we will see you next time. Alright, join us next week. Bye-bye.